Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Weekly Movie News. I hope your Sunday is going well. On today's episode, we don't have a lot to talk about. I think we only have like 9 stories, and that's because Deadpool and Wolverine is coming out next week, and you got Comic-Con coming in like a week and a half, which I will be covering. I'll be covering all the new stuff about the Comic-Con panels that do come online because I won't be there in person. But for the news today, we're going to start off with X-Men 97. They have found a new writer for season 3, which is Matthew Chauncey, who is responsible for some of the What If episodes, and Beau DeMayo's work has been revised and completed for season 2. So basically what they're saying, since Beau DeMayo is not continuing, he's been kind of kicked out by Marvel, sadly. His work on season 2 is finished. I think they're still animating season 2. Hopefully we can get a release date for that soon. Maybe at Comic-Con they'll announce a release date, but I'm expecting season 2 to come out 2025. But we now have a writer for season 3. They're probably working on storyboards right now, but hopefully he doesn't mess it up. You know, Beau DeMayo has started such a strong season of TV with season 1. Like, I was just blown away. I've never loved X-Men as much as I did from watching that. It's my second favorite show of the year. So hopefully Matthew Chauncey can do a great job. I mean, he already has the groundwork laid out for him with season 1 and season 2 now basically being finished. So hopefully it keeps its quality, but I can say I'm pretty worried about it. Kevin Costner's Horizon 2 has been pulled from the theatrical schedule. It was previously dated for August 16th, but you know, I think this is Warner Bros. Decided that they should take it off the date and probably wait so more people can, you know, see Horizon 1, because Horizon 1 kind of didn't make a lot of the box office. I think it's only at like 50 million worldwide off like $100 million budget or more, which is really sad to see, because even I don't like Westerns a lot, but I went into this one and it surprised me a lot. It kept me entertained through the 3 hours, even though it is a little bit messy at times with its story points. But I do understand why they're delaying Horizon 2, because August 16th was just too close of a date. As I said in my Horizon 1 review, I think, you know, you should have spaced them out like 3 to 6 months. Having that like month and a half just space between them wasn't enough. You need the first one to go on digital or streaming so people can discover it. Just like, you know, with Into the Spider-Verse, a lot of people discovered that on Netflix, then a lot more people saw Across the Spider-Verse. So if you can get more people to see Horizon 1 on streaming and on digital, then Horizon 2 should have a bigger audience go and see it. So Horizon 2, I could see it maybe you know, coming back to theaters in late of this year, like November, or maybe early next year. I think that could be great. I think if they keep it off the schedule for too long, people will forget about it, so they need to be smart where they put it. But I do feel like it's a good idea to take it off the schedule for now. Minions 3 has been announced, and it's going to release June 30th, 2027 in theaters. This basically isn't a surprise, because Despicable Me 4 has made so much money by now. I think, I don't know what it's at worldwide right now, but I think domestically it's almost at 300 million. Worldwide numbers probably close to 600 million. These movies just make bank off a pretty low budget, like 100 million or less budget. Minions 2 made almost $1 billion. The Minion movies just do really well with kids. I mean, you can say you don't like the Minions, you think they're a little annoying, but you can't lie, they do make a lot of money at the box office. So you're gonna get Minions 3 in 2027. Not sure if they'll do another Despicable Me, because, you know, the Despicable Me franchise has kind of ended if you've seen the newest one. But Minions 3 coming out in 2027, so next 3 years, you got a lot of animated movies coming out. Jungle Cruise 2 is reportedly still in the works at Disney. This piece of news I'm not that excited about or interested about, because I remember seeing Jungle Cruise 1 back in like the COVID days of hardly anything coming to theaters. I think this came on Premiere Disney Plus at the same time. I wasn't, you know, blown away by it. I thought it was okay. It just felt like the same movie Disney has made, and it didn't feel special. It didn't feel like a special Disney movie. Maybe if you've been on the ride at the Disney parks, maybe you liked it better. But all I'm saying is, can The Rock and crew just go back and make another Jumanji movie? That's all we want. I don't need another Jungle Cruise, even though I think The Rock and Emily Blunt are a great duo. It just feels like something that we've seen before, and Jungle Cruise 1 was just average, so I don't really see the need for this one. Presumed Innocent has been renewed for season 2 at Apple. I've been kind of keeping up with this show. I haven't watched the newest episode, but I watched like the first 7 episodes of the first season, and this is a really terrific show. I think it's one of the best shows of the year. Jake Gyllenhaal's acting in here really surprised me a lot, even though I know he's a good actor, but he is doing this drama role completely down to the nail. You know, he's really hitting the nail in right there. And I love the supporting performances here. I think the script is handled really well. I know this is based off a book and kind of based off the movie too with Harrison Ford, but I thought it was going to end, like the story would conclude with season 1. So I'm not sure if the story concludes with season 1 at this point, or they're going to think of original ideas to go for a season 2. I'm not sure how that's going to work. I guess we're going to see how season 1 plays out, because I'm not interested in looking up spoilers to see how like the book ends. I'm just, after the first season I will see if it's the same ending as the book, but it'll be interesting if they're going for original ideas for season 2. Timothée Chalamet will star as pro ping pong player Marty Reisman in a biopic directed by Josh Safdie. This sounds really cool. You know, I've never been really fascinated by ping pong, but whenever I see it on like my TikTok page or just a random YouTube video, I do click on it because it is really cool how they can just play that just so fast, have such fast reflexes. So seeing like a ping pong biopic sounds kind of interesting. You know, Timothée Chalamet, he's knocking it out of the park with everything he's doing. Wonka, Doom 2, Call Me By Your Name, Bones and all. I can't wait to see him in a biopic. He's also going to be in another biopic, which is kind of cool. But I can't wait to see him in this one. And having Josh Safdie direct can be pretty cool. You know, the Safdie brothers, they've kind of gone their own ways, with Benny Safdie doing a movie with The Rock now, and now Josh Safdie doing a movie with Timothée Chalamet. And they're very different movies, but they're both kind of biopics. I mean, The Rock movie is kind of like a biopic of himself in a way. This one's a biopic of a pro ping pong player, which sounds really interesting to me. I'm on board for it. Neon has acquired the rights to Shelby Oaks, and this movie is actually the first big movie from Chris Stuckman. You guys all probably know him as like one of the most famous movie reviewers on YouTube, and it's going to be produced by Mike Flanagan. So he now has big people backing him on this. He now has a big theatrical release probably planned for this. So I'm so, you know, happy for him. That's who I grew up like watching his reviews. That's like who kind of inspired me to do my own movie reviews. So I'm really cool and really excited to see his movie like actually get a real big distributor, because Neon just had Long Legs, which made like 25 million on its opening week, and it's doing great. Shelby Oaks, I can't wait to see what his vision is like. If Mike Flanagan's producing it, that means that he probably likes it too. So it's just cool to see how big that Chris Stuckman has become. For our last story today, we got some Marvel news to talk about, and it's said that the Russo Brothers are in talks to direct Avengers 5 and Avengers Secret Wars. We still don't really know the plot of these Avengers movies so far, since the Jonathan Majors situation. Is Kang going to be the villain still? It still is a little bit of a mess, but supposedly the Russo Brothers are in talks to come back, which is something I would like to see. Only because, you know, you might as well play it safe with these movies, because the Marvel movies that they haven't played it safe with have just been a complete mess. Even though artistically they're trying to branch out, their movies have just not worked for the general audience. And the Russo Bros movies for Marvel have worked for the general audience, have worked at the box office, have worked critically. They've made like 5 in my top 10 of Marvel movies, 3, like 2 in my top 3. So why not go back to them? Why not let them come back and direct at this point? Sure, their movies are a bit gray, they lack a little bit of color, but at least they know how to handle these big stars, these big groups of people, this big ensemble, and the power set of each Avenger. Even though Hulk did get a little mistreated, I feel like they could do this. So I'm on board for this, hoping Kevin Feige will let them do it. Maybe we'll get an announcement at Comic-Con that they are officially set to come back. This is only a rumor for now, but I'd love to see it happen. But that's all for movie news this week. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to leave, like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.